Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. September 11th. The irony of this is that I haven't had this type of feeling, and it's even hard to put your arms around. It's like a combination of anxiety, dread, helplessness. It's like a bunch of feelings rolled in all together. I haven't had that feeling since September 11th, 2001, when I was newlywed with my wife living in a Queens apartment on September 11th. I haven't felt this way. Um, I This is a big deal. It really is much bigger deal than I think people are really letting it out on. Here is here's a young man. Here's a young man, and there's been plenty of them throughout history. You know that? Think about history. Think about the people killed Socrates, Jesus Christ, the apostles, martyrs, saints. We'll go to 20th century. John F. Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King. People that really could have did make a difference, but could have done much more. They became dangerous. Charlie Kirk was dangerous to the status quo and the powers that be. He understood. He understood that this nation is not a secular nation. Oh, I know. Separation of church and state. Yeah. Do a little homework. Okay. Separation of church and state. Basically, it's not about separation. It's about not establishing a state religion. Take a look at the states that came together in the original state constitutions. See if you could serve in office if you weren't a God-fearing, church-going person. Not happening. No way, no how. John Adams, I cite this all the time here on the program, knew that our society does not work. Okay? The United States Constitution only works if you have a God-fearing people. That's why it's not working. That's why it's not working. And Charlie knew that. He knew that this America was going to fail unless we changed our ways and we turned back to God. He knew that. He would go and do something that it's one of my favorite things in the world to do. Have conversations with people. It was interesting. The left-wing fella that sank Lingard from the Young Turks, and he used to be much more bombastic, but he's definitely come around. Without a doubt, he's much more amicable. He's talked about, my rule of, go at it hard in a debate. And he said this, put it out there. Rule after that, go out and have a beer. And he said, that's what I did with Charlie Kirk. And that's what you're supposed to do. I talk about this all the time. It's not how to win an argument is to come to some sort of truth. That's what winning that's what a true debate is. That's what he did to do. He'd sit up there, change my mind, and have a debate with somebody without having to tear them down, take them apart. It's one of the things, again, Trump and I, stylistically, we just don't mesh by any stretch of the imagination. I can't stand the petty names and the name calling and I don't do that. I don't like that shtick. Charlie's I like because he's a true intellectual. He was truly inquisitive out there. He treated the people that he was debating with warmth, with kindness, even if they'd be nasty to him. I walk away from people that are nasty. I learned that a long time ago. I explained that here on the program. I learned that doing radio talk shows. Okay? He didn't do that. You think about figuring out, I talk about this all the time. I said, God gives each and every one of us a talent, an ability, and we're supposed to take it and we're supposed to do something with it. build, create, protect, and teach. He wanted to go to West Point, didn't get in. Didn't get into West Point, decided, you know what? Decided I'm going to start this group. I'm going to start this Turning Point USA. He started when he was in high school. When he was in high school. I actually saw the video today, his first appearance on Fox News back in 2012 when he was in high school. Look at what he did. He wanted to become, he said he wanted to be a different kind of Rush Limbaugh. Okay. Rush owned the radio without a doubt. He figured out, they said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it I'm going to do it digitally. I'm going to do the new media, and I'm going to go on college campuses all around the country. And I'm going to engage with kids. You know, being a conservative on a college campus, I mean, certain schools, it'll fly, but most, again, I think it's gotten a hell of a lot better as of late because of him. Opening up kids' minds to new ideas, having a conversation with them. That's some sort of threat. So again, you talk about true conservative. Okay, I espouse conservative ideals all the time here on the program, and again, it's like they're saying the old ways are best. Get married, have children, hold on to them for dear life. Okay, build a family. It's not hard. It is really not. I talk about simple recipes. Okay, to be happy. It's a simple, bloody recipe, for crying out loud. Yet we seem to have lost it. Or is that old Polish joke? You know, I can do Polish jokes because they forgot the recipe for ice. There's simple recipes to life, and that's what he talked about. He genuinely had a fear of God, like we're all supposed to have. He actually, this is for me. I've been on the air for 25 years. Been on the air for 25 years. Most 95% of the time, I really was hesitant to talk about my faith and whatnot. And the odd thing about that is that, you know, the principles that we apply to people's portfolios and investing, a lot of them found in the Bible. I say it all the time. I invent this stuff. Why are you guys successful? What we do has worked for, I don't know, forever. And I've been real hesitant to that. And he kind of, watching him kind of freed me up to some degree. And again, I've turned off many listeners because when I talk like this and I talk about certain things and the realities and things that I believe in, I mentioned I think it was a couple of weeks ago here in a program, a book that I read, Song for Nagasaki. You get this book. It's very famous in Japan, not so much here. It's a story of Takashi Nagai. Who's that's an atheist in Japan, converted. This is, during World War II, prior to World War II, he started his conversion and lost his wife. His kids were luckily away when they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki, which just so happened to drop the bomb, ground zero, on the Catholic Cathedral, Nagasaki. If you know anything about Nagasaki, that long history of when Catholicism was first brought into Japan and then wiped out. One of the leading emperors had the samurai wipe them out and torture. And you see stories of faith, these people holding on to their faith, they wouldn't bend, they wouldn't break. Again, martyrs, like Charlie Kirk, martyrs. And again, he he said something after the bombing. He basically turned the bombing of Nagasaki and saying, because of us, we're ending the war. We've got to bring this country back together. We can't let what has happened here go for naught. And again, I don't want to ruin the story. I highly recommend the book. It's a great book. It's a great story. I can only hope. We can only hope and pray, because again, that the death of Charlie Kirk will hopefully spawn the creation of a million other Charlie Kirks. Maybe to be a good kick in the pants for a lot of young people out there saying, I have to take up his mantle where he left off. Hey, it's worked in the past, hasn't it? Okay, it has. I was, like I said, I'm paralyzed yesterday, last night, and I didn't even know I had a bunch of shows I had to do today. I didn't even know how I was going to be able to pull it off. And I said, I can't, I got to get it together here. Okay. I got to get it together. And again, like now I'm starting to get and I hope I'm getting a renewed vigor. I am. I'm getting a renewed vigor. You can't let his death go for naught. Now, he's not replaceable. He was brilliant at what he is. I'm over 20 something years older than he is. And he was a Jedi when it came to debate. I mean, outstanding at what he did. And I truly believe he would have ended up becoming president someday, and a good one. Because again, it's the empathy in him. But that's not going to happen now, obviously. So what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I shed many tears yesterday. My wife, my kids. My kids are huge fans. Their friends are huge fans. I'm getting text messages, all left, right, all over the place from them. Angry. My friends, violently angry about this. And anger's okay. I always wonder that sometime. I was watching Father Mike Schmitz today. He said, anger's okay. Okay, there's nothing wrong. It's natural human response to be angry. It's what you do with that anger. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to sit back? You're going to do nothing? Or you're going to continue to try to maybe save this country? Because that's exactly what Charlie was trying to do. And I'll be point blank honest, okay? Sorry, all you secular people out there. The only way you save this country is you get people back to church. Plain and simple. That's it. Okay? There's no government program. There's no government program that's going to solve the problem that we have on fathers in a home. There's no government program that's going to solve all of these problems we have when it comes to welfare, all these other issues. Real simple, okay? You get people back to church. Problem solved. All answers going to be found right there. Amazing, isn't it? You got all these politicians that we vote for me, I'm going to do this, that, and the next thing. They don't do a damn thing. They don't do a damn thing. That's where your answers are. Charlie knew that. God bless, man. Praying for your soul. You're going to be missed. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.